Today, we're diving into an absolutely epic story from the Quran. Seriously, it's a tale packed with adventure, justice, and some truly incredible engineering. I mean, just think about that for a second. A ruler with all the power in the world, and his main mission isn't to conquer more land, but to actually establish justice and protect the vulnerable. That's the kind of hero we're talking about today. So, before we follow him on his incredible journeys, let's get to know the man himself. Who exactly was this legendary figure, Dhul-Qarnayn? Well, his name, Dhul-Qarnayn, can be translated as the Two-Horned One. And trust me, he was no ordinary king. He was a righteous servant of God who was given this immense authority, deep knowledge, and all the resources you could imagine. His whole mission, to travel the earth and bring fairness and order wherever he went. And this story is so important, it's immortalized right there in the Quran, in Surah Al-Kahf. You know, when God commands a story to be told like this, it's a huge signal that there are some profound lessons inside for every single one of us. Okay, so with his divine mission crystal clear, Dhul-Qarnayn starts his travels, and his first great expedition takes him all the way to the furthest point in the west. Can you just try to picture that sight? Journeying so far west that from where he's standing, it looks as if the sun itself is sinking into a dark, muddy pool of water. It's right here, at the very edge of the known world, that he runs into his first real test of leadership. When he finds a community there, he doesn't just roll in and impose his will. No way. Instead, he lays out a simple, clear system of justice. Basically, wrongdoers will be held accountable, but whoever believes and does good will be treated with kindness and respect. It's a foundational principle, right? No confusion, just pure justice. So after establishing justice in the West, he doesn't just stop and call it a day. His mission keeps going, and he travels to the complete opposite direction, to the furthest reaches of the East. And here, he finds a totally different culture, a people living a very simple life, with no real shelter, no houses, not even natural shade from trees or mountains to shield them from that intense sun. And this is where we see his wisdom in action. He had the power to force them to build, to completely change their entire way of life. But he saw they were peaceful, they weren't harming anyone, so he just showed them mercy and moved on. It shows his power was guided by compassion, not by a desire to control everything. All right, get ready, because this is where the story hits its incredible climax. His final journey takes him to a place tucked between two massive mountains, where he faces his greatest challenge yet. He finds this community that's living in constant terror. They're being tormented by these two destructive tribes, known as Gog and Magog, or Yajuj and Majuj, who would just sweep down, spread chaos, and destroy everything in their path. The people were just desperate. So when they see his power and his righteousness, they come to him with this plea. They beg him to help and even offer to pay him anything he wants if he'll just build a barrier, a wall, anything to protect them from this constant threat. His response is just incredible. He immediately refuses any payment. He tells them, "The power and resources my Lord has given me are far better than any tribute you can offer." But then, and this is the amazing part, he doesn't just do it for them. He says, "Help me with your strength," turning this into a massive community project. You see, true leadership empowers people. It doesn't just serve them. And what a project it was. He instructs them to bring him huge blocks of iron, and they stack them up, filling the entire gap between the mountains. Then they light these enormous fires, heating the iron until it's glowing fiery red. And for the final step, he has them pour molten copper all over the entire structure, sealing it into a single, impenetrable metallic mass. It was a complete engineering marvel. So after finishing this monumental task, this wall so strong the enemy could neither climb over it nor tunnel through it, what are his first words? He doesn't take any credit. He doesn't boast about his genius. He simply looks at his work and says, "This is a mercy from my Lord." Just pure humility. So this incredible story is so much more than just an adventure tale, isn't it? It's absolutely packed with timeless wisdom. So what is the real treasure we're meant to take away from the life of this just king? Well, first, it's about being just, rewarding good, and standing up to what's wrong. Second, it's about using your strength for good, helping others with whatever gifts you've been given. Third, stay humble. And never forget where your success really comes from. It also shows us the power of working together, that great things are achieved when people cooperate. And finally, to be a builder in this world, to build, to protect, and to improve, not to destroy.
And that brings us to the final question, one for all of us to reflect on. He used his unique gifts to build a physical wall that protected thousands. So what about you? What strength, what skill, or what resource do you have that you can use to build a metaphorical wall of protection, kindness, or support for someone else? What will you build?